Y'all go ham barbecue.
What is barbecue therapy in one sentence? Ever stand over a grill or smoker and feel the world fade away? Now that's barbecue therapy. Hi, I'm Tavis Bryant, pitmaster with Yago Ham Barbecue, and this is episode 1. And tonight's guest is yours truly, Tavis Bryant. So sit back and relax because barbecue therapy is now in session. Hello, everyone. Since I'm doing tonight's episode, I want y'all to get familiar with me, know who I am, my background, and what I'm looking to do in this podcast. So I compiled a list of questions to answer myself, and we're going to see how it goes. I'm a little nervous. This is new, but we're going to do it anyway. All right, who am I? My name is Tavis Bryant, as I mentioned earlier, 49-year-old pitmaster. My team name, that is Yago Ham Barbecue. A lot of people have trouble pronouncing it, but it is Yago Ham Barbecue. How did I get that name? Well, my nickname is Yago, Y-A-G-O, and I wanted to incorporate that in my team name. So what I did is split it in half and then tried to figure out a name that goes with go. It came down to Yago Smoke and Yago Ham, but I ultimately decided Yago Ham because it deals with pork. So that's what I came up with and finalized. How did I get into this? It goes back to like everyone. I started watching Barbecue Pitmasters like everyone back in the day. Didn't have cable, but I caught episode here and there. But it fascinated me every time I saw it. So I was like, there's something about this that's drawing me. So fast forward, I tried my hand at grilling here and there, bought little cheap grills from the store, but always had an issue with putting too much lighter fluid on there. And that's how the meat came out tasting. But then when I bought my house, I bought another little grill and I started playing around with that one. Still same issue, stuff tasting like lighter fluid. So then one day, it was during COVID, I went to somebody's house and the wife bought him a new grill. It was a Pitmaster pellet grill. Never seen one before. I think theirs was pellet and propane. And I was like, wow, this is a nice grill. So it shot the light bulb in my head. And we had just got the first stimulus check. I mean, I was still working because I worked for a financial institution. So I didn't have nothing to do with the money. So I thought about the grill. I was like, yeah, I would really like a nice grill. So I went and looked online because one thing about it, I'm good at research. So I started looking around, see what's decent upgrade on the grill that I had. So after searching and doing research on the pellet grill, I decided to get a Pit Boss. I think it's called a 700 FB regular size pellet grill, and ordered it online and they delivered it to the house. I still have that grill today. And I started practicing on it. And since I had a nice grill, it gave me an enthusiasm to learn more about it since I've always wanted to learn how to barbecue. So I started learning how to work the grill. Even though it was a pellet grill, it still helped boost my confidence because it left me time to focus on preparation of the cook other than worry about the preparation of the cook and cooking the meat on the pellet grill since the pellet grill was kind of simple. So what happened was I started researching online, looking up how other barbecue, what they do, and ran across YouTube and started looking at videos on YouTube and doing experiments on different recipes that I saw. And eventually I came across one that I liked and I tried it. And then my brother was always the guinea pig. I would call him and let him come taste the ribs that I cooked. Because back then I was cooking baby back ribs. I didn't have too much experience. I'd never cooked spare ribs before, but I was only getting baby back ribs. So I called him over, and he said, "These are good." So once you hear that, it kind of boosts your confidence. So I kept practicing and kept practicing. And then all of a sudden, I'm just sitting around the house during COVID and said, hey, maybe I can eventually start a company or something like that with this if I continue to practice and cook. So then that's when I went to Walmart and got some drawing supplies, pad, pencils, colored pencils. I'm like, maybe I'll sketch me a logo. So I got all the equipment, sat around. It sat around for a little while. Then eventually, one day when I was bored, I started sketching out, trying to come up with a logo. And I wanted to incorporate all aspects of barbecue. So that's what I came up with the animals behind me, which I call the angry animals, which is going hard, go ham. This is the first picture that I came up with, I still have today, of my logo that I sketched out and finalized it. After that, I went to Fiverr, got them to computerize it, and got my first logo. So then after that, I eventually got married, and I was telling my wife that I had an interest in barbecue, and she said, what are you doing with it? And I said, nothing right now. I maybe want to compete one day, but I don't know. And she said, well, why don't you do it? I mean, it's something you want to do, go for it. So then I'm like, you know what? You're right. I mean, it's never too late. So that's when I started focusing. I took the logo and started working it. Went to a guy on Instagram I met. He started making a couple of shirts, t-shirts and apron and button-down work shirts for me. And then all of a sudden I kept practicing, trying different ingredients first because I didn't know nothing about seasonings and rubs. So that's when I ran into Meat Church on Instagram. So that's when I started using him, and I was like, okay, this is better than the stuff that's in the store. I haven't discovered any barbecue sauce at the time, so I was getting that out the store. I started using different Meat Church products and seeing how that was working and how that was tasting. I was like, I like this. So then I started finding out about Ace Hardware, Academy Sports, and going in there and getting more products and stuff like that. And by this time I had 3 pellet grills. I bought the tabletop, I bought the cabinet, and I bought the regular one that I got first. So I started playing around on those. And then that's when I went and got a charcoal grill and started messing around with that because I had more knowledge because of the research I was doing and videos I was watching. So it enhanced my knowledge and I had a better idea of what to do. So then the next step came along is barbecue classes. So then I started looking up different classes, and I'm in Georgia, by the way. The first class I came upon was Myron's class, and I went and took that class, and after that I took Robbie Royal class, and then I took Joe Pierce class, and then I took Luke Darnell class, and then I took, just recently I took Chris Schaefer class. And it's not about just doing so many classes. It's about what you can get, little bits and pieces that you can get out of each class. Because if they're not cooking on what you're cooking on, I mean, you pretty much, as far as the cook aspect, you're wasting time. But preparation, you can see a lot of the similarities that each person does. And each one have different tips and stuff that they focus on to kind of help boost you. And so after that, I started looking up different competitions, walking around different competitions, just to see how it goes and just be in the atmosphere around barbecue. Then that's when I started running across people. Each class I took, the people were so nice. Most of the time, out of maybe 4 out of 5 classes, I was the only black guy there, but being in the atmosphere, you couldn't even tell because everybody's so nice and friendly, and you don't feel ostracized. You just feel like one of the group. But I started running across people, meeting people, and I guess in the Robbie Royals class, I ran across Off the Chain Barbecue, Chuck and Carrie East, and then I seen them again at Chris Schaefer class, and then they said I can come in their trailer and watch what they're doing, and I'm like, wow, that's, they don't even know me, and they invite me in their truck. So at the Sip and Swine, I was there with my baby daughter. and ran across them, and it allowed me to come in there and just see the atmosphere of them competing, and I was excited. So bring us up to date. That's when it got into a point of I feel that I'm ready. The reason I haven't been competing as of yet, that last year our daughter was born April 30th. So it kind of pushed the timeline because right now I want to make sure that she is big enough and I'm able to go do what I have to do without having to worry about home. Because right now my wife works West Coast hours and I work East Coast hours. So most of the time when I'm getting off, she's knee deep into work and I have to get the kids and stuff like that and prep them for the night. And most weekends, I mean, we getting a little sleep during the week, so we're running errands, taking care of stuff that we don't get to take care of during the week. So I don't have much time to grill like I used to, but as she's getting older, I'm getting time to get back into it like I used to. But I plan on doing my first tournament, competition in November. Right now, I'm slowly getting the items I need together so I can be prepared when it's time. And coming to the point of the podcast, I started this podcast because I want to help people get there faster than I had to get there, giving them tips or anything from people out there that have experience and would like to share. So it say mentorship cuts the cost of time. So if I'm telling you something, it's easier than you having to go experience it. So that's why I'm having people come in here, share their origin stories, kind of motivate people. Everybody has to start from somewhere. People didn't wake up out the bed being who they are now. So I want to hear those stories to help motivate me as well as motivate those that may want to get into competition barbecue, or those that are not doing good in competition barbecue, or those that want to be a little better when it comes to just the backyard. Some people might not want to compete, but they want to be better grillers. So that's why I want to start, just to help them out. But that's where we're at. So right now, the next question on here is, how did I transition to competition barbecue? I explained that, and it was calling me. I mean, plain as day, it was calling me. I just love barbecue. I love being around people that talk barbecue. I love watching all the different aspects of barbecue. Watch TV programs. I watched all YouTube inside and out. I got books. I went to classes. I walked around competitions. I was allowed to go and stuff like that. Just this past week, we went up to Memphis in May. This was our second time. Speaking of Memphis in May, we first went up to 2023 Memphis in May. We got the red carpet rolled out for us, and people didn't even know us. Me and my wife were just walking around, and people was just being friendly to us for no reason. We've met so many people and made so many friends, and then we came back. We skipped a year because our daughter was born, and then 2025, just the other week, we came back again and met so many other connections. And I told my wife I'm not going to promote the podcast because I'm going to have it on shirts. They're going to see the shirts. So I'm not worried about that. I'm just going to make connections, meet people, and just enjoy the atmosphere. So the week before that, we went up there. We ran across Paul Holden of Willingham Barbecue. And he said, hey, if you're up there, stop by and visit us. So we were like, okay. We was allowed to come in there and socialize with his friends and family during the competition. Also, the Blues Hog tent. I mean, they've been friendly every time we've seen them rolling out the red carpet. I was introduced to so many people in there and still maintaining friendship, but they don't know me. I call myself the known unknown, which means a lot of people see me, but they don't know me, but they see me everywhere. They'll see me in the background or just looking. That's how I got a cameo on season 2, episode 10 of Barbecue USA. If you look at the end during the Blues Hog when they were presenting, you'll see me off to the side, because I had that opportunity to get up there and see how it's done during the presentation where they're talking to the judges. And forever grateful for that. I don't take that stuff for granted because they didn't have to do that. What barbecue means to you personally? It's therapy. It relaxes me. It's not a task or work. I enjoy doing it. I don't have a problem doing it. I just love it. I just can't explain it, but I just love it. I mean, it's just in my vein. And next I go into about the podcast. It says why I started BBQ Therapy. I noticed the gap and I wanted to do something personal, real, and helpful, like I said, to other people that don't know the avenue of how to get to competing. There's so many people out there that don't even know competing exists. And when I say it to them, they're looking at me like I'm crazy, but they don't even know it exists. So I have to sit up there and explain to them what competition barbecue is. And a lot of them seem interested. So my thing is, I'm out to help people. I'm out to promote barbecue all over America. I'm out to promote competition barbecue because that's something I'm looking to get into. So I'm encouraging others to get into so we can have a bunch of people continue to elevate the sport. And yes, I call it a sport because you're competing. That's just me. All right. And I have that passion to help others as I start because I haven't started anything yet. But I'm learning and I'm having other people help me learn because I'm willing to learn. And there's some people out there that don't mind teaching what they know. And I'm going to soak it up like a sponge. I wanted to create a community for backyard pitmaster pros and barbecue lovers. Everybody's welcome to listen to the podcast. Everybody's welcome to come on the podcast because everybody has something to share. Everybody has something to teach, either it's from a failure or a success story or a tip or even a product to streamline somebody's life and make it easier. It's not we don't associate with them. We associate with everybody. That's the barbecue world I see, that everybody shares with everybody. Everybody's friendly. I was speaking to Jordan Kilpatrick in the Blues Hog tent of Janky Leg Barbecue. And he said, you have friends, and those friends, and then you're going to have your barbecue friends, but eventually all those friends that you have are going to be barbecue friends. So I was like, yeah, I can see that because that is kind of happening now because I'm getting soaked in to the atmosphere of competition barbecue. So I agree with that 100%. The therapy aspect, barbecue as a stress relief, a connection, and a healing. Some people use it as they've been through something and they're using it as an outlet to make the world fade away and get into the zone of something they enjoy, they relax. And I understand that. For me, it's relaxing. I'm not trying to escape anything, but it's something I enjoy. It's a hobby. It's not just going out there and cooking for me. It's being artistic, seeing what you can create, what you can come up with, what you can master. And I use that as motivation for the competition, that when I listen to other people's podcasts and hear their stories, where they started from, what things that they've been through. And it kind of motivates me and be like, hey, I could do it too. I mean, champions haven't always been champions. When I hear that the other week that Heath Rouse won his first competition after 60 competitions, it's like, wow, look at where he at today. Grand champion of Memphis in May. I mean, best reels probably ever. But back in the day, did he think that? Or did he know he was going to make it as far as he did? But I like hearing stories like that because it motivates me. And also the people upstairs, the 3 people that live in this house, they motivate me also to be successful in this. That's why I named company, because I know eventually once I become successful in this, it's going to go beyond just competing. So that's why I named the company, so I can be prepared ahead of time. I already have an LLC for that, just to be a step ahead. All right. And my thing is, I want to desire to highlight stories over just techniques, to show people didn't wake and become successful. They have to go through a journey to get there. And that therapy catapulted them to where they are. A motivation tool to encourage people that they can be good pit masters too. People be like, I can never be this person, or I can never be this person. You don't know that. Right there, you're defeating yourself by talking down to yourself. You got to talk positive. Think positive, and positive will happen. There are thousands and thousands of people out there that got a story to tell, and I'm gonna try to get all of them, as many as possible, on here. I'm in it for the long run of doing this. I'm not just one of those do a couple episodes and see where it's going. No, I'm in this. I'm gonna harass people and email people and DM people and get them on the show because I have something different to offer. Yeah, we're going to do origin stories. We're going to find out more information on equipment, events, smokers, grills, people that run events, judges, rookie pit masters, veteran pit masters. Anybody that has something to do with barbecue can be a help. So I would like to have all them on here to also give their opinion of every aspect of the cook. And also, one thing I noticed about different podcasts is a lot of them do a lot of talking at the beginning of the podcast, but why not do that with the guests on the line? So what I'm going to do also is one thing that goes with barbecue is sports. I'm going to talk sports. What we're doing here is having fun. I want you to let your hair down when you come on this show and just shoot the breeze. Everybody has a sports opinion, and some people don't like sports. We have something for you also that I came up with. But with sports, I mean, everybody like to argue sports or different games and stuff like that. So that's how I got my team colors. My team colors used to be maroon and black, but me, I'm a diehard Denver Bronco fan till I leave this earth. So that's why you see the blue and orange. You always see the blue and orange. You can't tell me that John Elway ain't the best quarterback of all time. That's just my opinion. But I'm a ride or die with the Denver Broncos for life. And everybody has opinions, whether it's Kobe, LeBron, and Jordan. Of course, Jordan is the best of all time to me, but I'm not going to argue it because it's known. But there's different stuff out there that we can talk about and that we have an opinion on. So that's going to be another aspect of what we're doing here. Barbecue and sports. Two of the things that I love in this world. Also, I love video games, but I wasn't going to add that in because I didn't want to fly too close to the sun and burn my wings. So I stopped it at the sports aspect. All right. And let's see, what other questions I have for myself is, please, if you would like to be on this show, reach out. I'm going to DM a lot of folks. Feel free to reach out. I'm going to send a paragraph that I wrote out to you, inviting you to the show. They have the link that you can go to Calendarly and schedule whatever time that you're available. Most shows going to be between 30 minutes to 45 minutes, depending on the guest, because some people are talkers. Some episodes are going to be an hour. And if I can be greedy, some of the people that really have stories to tell, I'll probably try to go over that if they're willing to do that. I have yet to know when I'm going to drop the episodes. I will keep you posted on my Instagram. Follow my Instagram at BBQ Therapy and at Yago Ham Barbecue. That's YA_GO_ham_barbecue company. Or you can email me at barbecuetherapypodcast@gmail.com. And also, for those that don't like being on camera, please send in questions. You can send in suggestions for guests. Also, you can send in your own story if you want to type it out and send it to me. I can read it over the air because even though you don't want to be on the air, you can still learn something from somebody's story, and I'll gladly read it. If I get enough, I can make a whole episode just reading other people's stories that they have to tell. So, like I said, this podcast is for the community. It's not for me. With classes I've taken today, I have a lot of information. I can always learn, and I have enough connections to get the information I need. The classes that all of them are world champions. The people that I've connected with, all of them are world champions. So I want this community driven because I want to share information with other people, not just myself. You know, when I started the podcast, I've been planning and going through trying to figure out what to do and how to get this started. I reached out to two people. One has a podcast now, and the other one used to have a podcast. And I reached out just to get any information on how to get started, any tips and advice, exactly what I'm trying to do here on getting into podcast. But you think I heard back from them? No. Does it stop me? No. I'm going to keep going on, keep moving, and I'm going to be successful in this. I got people that are excited about coming on to this. People ask me to come on to this show. And I was like, I don't have a problem with that. Anybody that asks, hey, I'm a gracious person that you would take the time to come on my podcast and speak with me. So if you are willing to come on the podcast, I have no problem with that. I had a few people reach out to me on social media, and I don't have no problem with getting them on the podcast, because everybody has something to share. So stay tuned. We got a lot in store for you. This is episode 1 of many, and I just love barbecue, and I'm going to continue to talk, continue to promote barbecue, because that's pretty much what I do. And you'll see me at a competition. You'll see me at numerous competitions, either walking around or competing. So if you see me, hey, feel free to come speak to me. You'll know it's me because you'll see a BBQ Therapy t-shirt, or you'll see the angry animals that are on my shirt now. These shirts here, I make them myself. I learned how to make my own t-shirts. It's all about just the enthusiasm of doing stuff that deals with barbecue. So I teach myself to do stuff, and I want to teach everybody else. For those that don't know, I tell everybody how to make these shirts, because I learned how to make these shirts, or other little aspects or tips that I've heard on other podcasts, or I heard other pitmasters say. It's not about secrets. Most of people's process are the same, and it comes down to, for me, simplicity. That's not a secret. Telling somebody simplicity is the key to success. Having the right tools is the key to success. The right seasoning combinations is the key to success. The amount of seasons to apply is the key to success. Learning the right tenderness, and also a key is problem solving. Those are not big secrets that people should hold to themselves. Those are things that everybody should know and be taught. It's not going to make or break you. If you go online, some of the top pitmasters have all their recipes out there for you to see. Heath Rouse, world champion, got his real recipe all on his videos. But the thing is, you got to replicate what he's doing. You still have to beat him. So, like I said, you can give the secrets, but you still have to have that know-how of knowing what to do. So that's what we're going to get out of this podcast. I look forward to speaking to each and every one of you, and I've enjoyed talking to you on this episode. A little nervous. It might not be the Joe Rogan podcast right now, but we're going to get there. So thank you.
Bring on hell, barbecue, your barbecue on. Get your barbecue on. Get your barbecue on. Y'all gon' have barbecue. Y'all gon' have barbecue.